The reason why I say it may be the first smart mushroom is recent research shows that this mushroom helps people fight cognitive dysfunction related to dementia. There's very interesting studies about the regeneration of myelin and the reduction of amyloid plaques. Now, amyloid plaques interfere with neurotransmission. They're symptomatic of Alzheimer's patients. We do not know whether these will be helpful in fighting or limiting Alzheimer's and other forms of neurological dementia, but the evidence so far is very enticing. And I think we all need to maintain our wits, especially as we get older. And I think we can all benefit from being a little bit more intelligent than we are, especially with the years of experience that we gather over a lifetime to pass it down to the next generation. So I'm hoping that this mushroom will make me and my friends smarter.
A lot of us suffer from anxiety, depression, cognitive dissonance, mental fatigue, candida overgrowth, brain fog, not to mention where lion's mane was really originally studied was in neurodegenerative diseases. So working with Parkinson's and multiple sclerosis and stuff like this and helping repair nerves. But where people use it now is around getting that edge. A lot of kind of almost biohackers, in a sense, are trying to have better memory, have better cognitive function, repair and create better cross-brain communication. So in a way, this is one of those mushrooms that offers a cellular nerve growth factor. So I'm actually able to build up better nerve cells and create better cross-brain communication, protecting the myelin sheath, so giving better nerve firing, and then also just increasing kind of muscle memory and so much more. It's a mushroom that's been eaten for a long time. It was a food. In fact, many karate and ninja and actually many martial arts used lion's mane mushrooms as a muscle memory teacher, right? In order to keep training the body to do that same motion. We see now that the studies that are most promising are on things like dementia and Alzheimer's. So this is a huge area. Obviously, nobody wants to lose their edge as they get older. It's one of the things most of us fear is that we're going to stop remembering things. We're not going to be sharp. We're not going to keep up with the millennials or the Gen Zers or whatever, whoever's next down the line, which is actually natural and where we should be. But with longer lives, more opportunity for chronic disease, more we need neuroregeneration and support of our brain cells. So that's, in a nutshell, why lion's mane has really become such a popular medicine for our time. I mean, if you even go on Google and you go herbs for, you're most likely going to get the first word that auto-populates is depression or anxiety. And really, you should be looking at mushrooms for depression or anxiety. You got lion's mane.
I call it the happy mushroom because whenever I take it, it takes away my blues and makes me feel a lot better. I enjoy this mushroom just for its antidepressive effects. Now, you're really not supposed to eat fresh mushrooms too much because they're not very good on the digestive system. But this one, I have a little nibble. I just want to connect in with the spirit of this mushroom to just, wow. Thank you, lion's mane. I gotta say, I spent a number of years with you learning and getting better and improving my memory. And this is the first time I've actually been in a greenhouse full of this brain-enhancing super mushroom. This mushroom has a lot of promise. Some of the studies are showing that it may be useful for inhibiting tumor growth and cancer cells. Now, this is inconclusive information at this point, but there is a lot of other great benefits to this mushrooms. The big thing is the neurodegenerative diseases, right? Stimulating new nerve growth factors, but it also has anti-inflammatory effects. And if you get an injury in your nervous system, a burn or some other nervous injury, it helps regenerate new nerve cells. The other thing that's awesome about this mushroom is it's shown to be very useful for the digestive system in reducing down ulceration and actually getting rid of ulcers. So it's one of those great foods / tonics / herbs / mushrooms that has shown amazing benefits for the body. And I encourage anyone who hasn't heard about this mushroom before or isn't using it to start either eating it as a food or taking it as a supplement. Now, if you're going to work with lion's mane, the big thing to know about this mushroom is you should be taking a good amount if you want a real healing effect. I've seen people take 3 to 4 tablespoons of this mushroom to really start to see some of those nerve regenerative benefits. My recommendation is you get a concentrated extract and start to take about 2,000 milligrams to 4,000 milligrams a day. This is where you'll really see deep benefits from working with lion's mane.
first step in the process to grow lion's mane mushroom is to create your own grain spawn. For this video, I'm going to be using field rye, and I'm going to make 1 3-pound bag, so I'm going to use about 5 cups. You will need to rinse the grains and then soak them overnight. The next step is to turn off the heat to the stove and then allow the grains to soak in the hot water for about 20 minutes until they are nice and plump but not burst open. After about 30 minutes, the grain should be dry enough to load into your spawn bag. Now that you have created your own grain spawn, it is time to inoculate it with lion's mane liquid culture. You can find these syringes on my website, sporandsprout.com. This part should be done as sterile as possible, preferably in front of a laminar flow hood or inside of a still air box. Inject 2 to 4 milliliters of the liquid culture syringe into the grain bag. Once your grain spawn has been incubating for about 2 weeks, it should be close to fully colonized, so now we're going to make our own mushroom substrate. The recipe I'm using is 5 cups of hardwood fuel pellets, 1 cup of wheat bran, and 5.5 cups of warm water. To pay close attention because lion's mane likes to prematurely pin inside of the bag. So what I like to do is I'll just cut little holes where I see the primordial growth, and then the lion's mane will grow from that hole.